Good morning, Flat Fam. How you doing? Oh, it's early morning again. Walking to my ride. You know, it's kind of funny. I am working as a green man or, gardener or whatever you. Driving a lawnmower and shoveling. That sort of thing, it's some street sweeping, and I tend to notice that, you say hi to a lot of people and you're more open to a lot of people, even though a lot of them believe they are on the ball. You raise your hand, you wave, hello, or wave goodbye, just what you want. But it made me think about music, and a lot of people know that music is an artistical expression, but in a lot of ways, a lot of musicians said that they sold their soul to the devil, and I don't believe that shit. Well, it's not the devil. It's manifest destiny or whatever you synchronicity, like the dice that the Globebusters talked about earlier this week. It's all, here. I'm in the Netherlands and we got KFC, Subway. Further on we got McDonald's, but anyway. You got this great thing called music, and a lot of people think that, they have to sell their soul to the devil. The devil is in the details. And the details are often written by humans. So there you got your devil. They got a good life, One example is like David Bowie. He got invited to become a knight or a sir in the Royal British Empire, and he declined. He didn't sell his soul. He made an obvious choice. A lot of musicians probably know the world is flat. Just because they're singing about the globe or whatever, doesn't matter. Look at Michael Jackson. He sang about a lot of things, but a lot of good things too. And because people know or understand things or want to think that they know more than others, they are better or worse. It's not that, it's a struggle with yourself. If you do good things, you get rewarded. If you do bad things, you get punished. Right? It's as simple as that. A good God would punish anyone who screws up, And then you call it the devil punished me. Well, fuck you. It's not true. And the same goes for, religions, Every ancient religion is a flat earth or flat realm religion. But because the Bible says it, then the Bible is true. No, it's partially true. The things you can prove. But that's just one viewpoint. There are a lot of viewpoints. You know, it's not strange to see Roman, Greek, Asian deities with tridents. And Norse religions, you know, the Scandinavian pantheon. Every region has its own story. Doesn't mean they're wrong. You know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You know, doesn't mean that it goes everywhere the same. You know, every region has its own stories, but could be with the same players, the same controllers, just different names, you know. Let's not fuck someone up with a difficult name if you have a local name, you know. Let's say you're born in China and everyone is called Qing and Ling, and you know the Chinese names. They don't call him Fred van Hamelen. You know, that's stupid for a name there. So they get a local name. So what's the strange thing? You know, it's not just Jesus. It's not just God and the devil. It's, you know, there's a lot more. Almost every religion has a trickster. They don't call it evil because that's pointing a finger, you know? You don't point fingers at something you don't understand. And it's like science today, you know? You got the globe scientists and the people who believe in the globe. They think it's absolute. And they make that mistake not just with the globe, but in almost every scientific field. They work in an absolute. And then they get mistakes, and then they get, well, I don't want to admit to my mistake, so I'm gonna fork it off as a new science. And then you got possibilities. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying that the human behavior to be on the right side amounts to a form of arrogance that denies others. Like, you got experiments with rats in a maze, and every time the rat does something and, you know, it get rewarded or it get punished, then at some point the rat says, well, fuck it, I'm gonna lay down and screw you. I'm not going further because there's an electroshock around the corner. I'm not going to do it because the last 5 corners I had electroshocks. Of course it's going to lay down. And they say, well, it's learned helplessness. No, it's not. The rat knows it's going to be picked up, put in his night cage, and gets food, because otherwise the rat's dead. And, you know, the scientists forget that. So we got a new thing called learned helplessness. And it might not even be true. But they won't admit it because they didn't see it as that. Anyway, I gotta go. Check out your music, check out the arts, and enjoy life. See ya.